my shot and I took it. I couldn't do it different. Couldn't afford to stop and go. I had to stay consistent. Made up my mind that no matter what, I gotta win. That's why it's always me and never them. One shot for everybody living in the moment. One shot is all you get.
Tonight, from TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville, Florida, it's a special prime-time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Las Vegas Raiders.
Looks like it's going to be a pretty soggy night here at TIAA Bank Field. Rain showers, maybe an occasional clap of thunder supposed to continue throughout here in Jacksonville. Tonight we've got a good AFC matchup on tap between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Jacksonville Jaguars. The former Auburn kicker Daniel Carlson to get this one started. And off we go from Jacksonville. Takes it at the 7. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 up to the 33. Jacksonville's offense trots out here for the first time, and all eyes go right to number 16. Now in his second season as the team's face of the franchise, Trevor Lawrence.
For everyone who expected the highly touted Trevor Lawrence to champion the Jaguars to instant success last season, well, they got a little bit of a reality check. Despite the struggles, though, he still took on a major leadership role within the locker room and among the team. He also flashed some of his considerable potential on the field, particularly in a defiant Week 18 win over Indianapolis that knocked the Colts out of the playoffs.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. And they'll run it. This is James Robinson. He'll take this up just shy of the 40. Excellent display of footwork on that run. The game's first play produces 6 yards. Brings up second down.
Playing against a 3-4 front is really challenging for offensive linemen because they can do so many different things. But when you're running the football, if you can handle the nose tackle up front, and it may be a guard can slide up to the second level and block a linebacker, that's when you have success running the football.
To avoid an early 3-and-out here on 3rd and 4. Here's Lawrence to throw. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Call it a pickup of 3 and also now likely a punt on their opening drive.
Obviously, they didn't get everything they wanted on that completion, but they put themselves in a spot where you got to at least think about going for it. I know where we are on the field, but still, you've got to think about it, don't you?
A Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
If you ask coaches at any level to design their ideal leader of a team, I think they're going to check every box with this guy. He's got the poise to handle responsibility. He stays calm under any kind of pressure, and he brings out the best of his teammates each and every week.
On play action, they'll throw. Flushed out right. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
They'll look to throw here on first down. He gets this to Davante Adams. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be second down. First carry for Josh Jacobs. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
2021 was the first time in Jacobs' career that he failed to reach 1,000 yards in a season, but his scoring didn't slow down at all. Still finished with 9 touchdowns in 15 games, and his 28 touchdowns since he entered the league are the 5th most in the NFL.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
Second and 4. Being chased out left. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. How about that? Their quarterback, 49 yards. And the Raiders put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. So an electrifying run there as he calls his own number and takes it all the way.
Brings a new dynamic to this offense, doesn't he? And right now I'm picturing the offensive coordinator, the head coach in their minds, drawing up some more running plays for this guy because he brings some excitement to this offense.
And just a young rookie, a lot of electricity yet to come in this career. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And the finishing touch was that nice long run into the end zone. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. From the 6. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the second time here in this game. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
Lawrence. And his throw is incomplete. Laviska Shenault, the intended target. That'll bring up second down. Lawrence. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards for number 11.
First down by Marvin Jones Jr., and he's got over 300 of those in a career now in its 11th season. He's a guy who just plays so well season in and season out, always averages about 50 to 60 yards a game, and is well respected in the locker room. One of those players that everyone wants in their lineup and wants in their organization.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be second down. Second down and a run by Robinson. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard. Robinson will try to pick it up. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
It was certainly a tumultuous second season for James Robinson through no fault of his own. But through all the noise, he just kept producing. Went over 760 yards and actually scored 1 more touchdown than he did as a rookie.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 45-yard line. Straight ahead, Etienne. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Now they'll throw it with Lawrence. He's going to drop this underneath for Robinson. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Not a big run, not an explosive run, but they've held the ball for plenty of plays on this drive. They're just trying to impose their will on the defense right now.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Lawrence. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they were up to the challenge.
They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down. Now Lawrence to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Back-to-back incompletions and what was once a nice drive stalled out here. I'm going to give credit to the secondary partner. Never gave up as they gave up a few yards, and they came through on that play to deny that pass and force the 4th down.
Lawrence heads off, and Ryan Santoso, the field goal unit, on now for the Jacksonville field goal try. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. And it is good. Oh, that one looked to be in trouble the whole way, but it does get over the bar. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
There's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. He was trying to find Deshaun Jackson that time, but it's going to be second down. And just one tick to go, so this will obviously be the final play of this first quarter. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. He'll look to throw. He hits Adams complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he'll get it down here to the 43. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. They'll set up to throw. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that earns him a fresh set of downs.
Facing 2nd and short, that gives you a chance to go for a bigger play through the air. But I think he said to himself, why not just handle this one? Got all the yards you needed and then some, and made that snap a huge success.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll look to throw here. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. Two minutes gone by, second quarter. He'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Jacobs. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 17-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. They'll find his tight end. That's Waller. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. 2nd and 8. Jacobs going to try the middle. He will push his way down to about the 14. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Back to throw here. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Tight defense there on 3rd down, but what a product of good coaching and even better execution, because he realized he's in field goal range, no sense forcing anything, and he made sure he didn't.
Fourth down, and on comes the Raider kicker, Daniel Carlson. This a 31-yard attempt. The kick by Carlson is good, and they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
After the made field goal, Carlson now sets up to kick this away. From the 6. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up, 1st and 10. Right at the 30. Lawrence will throw. Flush to his right. He'll fight his man, Laviska Shenault. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now Lawrence. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to find Marvin Jones that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Lawrence with the handoff to Robinson. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. Man open, here is Jones. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a 1st down. Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Screen play, here's Etienne. And he is going to lose yardage here. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Lawrence to Chenault on the slant. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Here's Lawrence. And Ingram holds it in. And the Jaguars are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. They'll look to throw again. Here's a screen for Robinson. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Again, he'll drop to throw. Lawrence hit and the ball is free. But it looked like a Jaguar was able to cover this thing, and so Jacksonville will keep control.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
So crisis averted, but now facing 3rd and goal. From the shotgun, Lawrence. And this is going to be incomplete.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. Lawrence heads off, and Ryan Santoso, the field goal unit, on now for the Jacksonville field goal try. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Up and good for Santoso. And that'll bring him back within 4. Well, a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. From the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Raider offense heading back for one final first-half drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
"19 seconds showing to play in the half as they come up here 1st and 10. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game as we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to our downtown Orlando studios and this EA Sports Halftime Report. This game's had a little bit of everything thus far and certainly plenty to look forward to as the teams are right back out there for the second half. So we'll get right back out there as well as we'll turn it back over to Brandon Godden.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. From the 10. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Raider offense ready to go here to start the third quarter. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. It's caught here by Adams. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be second down. Running straight ahead is Jacobs, and he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Offensive linemen are famous for doing their job no matter who's carrying the ball. But when they have the confidence that the person carrying it can break off big-time runs, that makes them block just a little bit harder.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. On second down, it's Drake. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on third down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. On third down, he'll drop to throw. Dancing to his left. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
That was a good effort there trying to do it on his own, but as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you, and if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front 7 can get him down.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2.
Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10.
At their own 23.
From the gun, it's Lawrence. He's got his tight end. It's Chris Manhertz.
So the completion good for 7 there. And it's 2nd down.
Finds a tight end in the middle of the field. Just a simple stick route. Decent gain. Doesn't get you a whole lot, but it's pretty reliable, isn't it?
And tough to defend.
A give left side to Robinson.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, you know they had a 3rd down play on standby just in case, but he says no need with that carry. Runs like that will continually earn him more work in this and future contests.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll try the jet sweep with Kirk. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Denzel Perryman there to bring him down.
On 2nd and 9, Lawrence.
And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
I don't know about you, but I wanted to reach out of the booth and snatch that pass myself. That thing floated forever up there. I think that threw off the timing of the receiver. That's why he couldn't get his feet down, even though he caught the ball.
You know, Charles, I would have liked to have seen that.
Yeah, me too.
For you. I wanted to see you reach out and catch something.
Yeah, you've heard about my hands, huh? Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
Here's Logan Cook now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Oh, it's a wobbler here. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best.
And it'll be Raiders football 1st and 10. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession.
And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here. A little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. Takes it to about the 37. This a 2nd and 7 from the 37.
Now back to throw. Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. First target, first catch, and a first down.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
They go play action here on first down. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And this is caught. It's a big play there for Vegas. 51 yards. He went swinging for the fences on that play. Didn't quite get in the end zone, but, boy, they're set up pretty now.
Okay, that play just happened. Let it go. Time to defend the goal line, bring some all-out pressure, and try and knock them back.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on first and goal. Here's Jacobs. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs taking it in from 2 yards out. And they're able to add on to their advantage. Nice job of polishing off that drive, but all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
Carlson now to add the extra point. It's good, and now it's an 11-point lead, 17-6. So that drive, 4 plays. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Josh Jacobs. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This one fielded at the 5. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So already not the best of kick returns there, but that penalty, that adds insult to injury and backs him up even closer to the goal line.
Yeah, not ideal field position to begin a drive, is it? Because the extra pressure now goes on the offense. They've got to get some early yards and get away from the shadow of their own goalposts. What every offense wants to do in this situation, get 2 first downs to help out with field position at the least.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Lawrence. And the Raiders have got him. Max Crosby coming in from that outside linebacker spot. He gets him down. It's a loss of 5.
Max Crosby is really starting to get his due around the league as one of the best young pass rushers in the game. 25 sacks in his first 3 seasons.
So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
I would dare say that these guys would have liked to have given their defense a little bit more rest since they gave up a touchdown their last time out. But alas, my man, that's not going to happen.
Yep, they're going to have to grab those helmets, get right back out there. Here's Logan Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. 31 yards on the punt there. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
And that'll be checked down to Drake.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On second down, Jacobs. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down. The offense on third down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at third and a few inches. And that is incomplete. They sure went against conventional wisdom, calling a pass on 3rd and inches.
Had to be thinking to themselves, the defense is going to overcommit against the run. Should be an easy pitch and catch. Didn't turn out that way.
They'll set up a throw.
Out of his hands quick to Jackson. And he is going to have a Raiders first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive.
A big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the 4th quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage, because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands they're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback.
It's Jackson again on the reception. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Darren Waller, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short. To throw again. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
And on 3rd down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. Daniel Carlson set for the Raider field goal from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. The kick by Carlson is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist, but time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
After the made field goal, Carlson now sets up to kick this away. Fielded right around the 8. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up, 1st and 10 at their own 27. Here's Lawrence to throw. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Second down and 3. Looking to throw. Lawrence. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. Back to throw. Lawrence. Open man is Kirk, complete. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Robinson up the middle. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Lawrence. Out route, he finds his man, it's Jones. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. Lawrence to Jones, 1st down, Jacksonville. He'll drop to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Airs it out toward the corner of the end zone. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Christian Kirk, 35 yards. And the Jaguars have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Well, time to let those folks know who are tuning in looking for the late local news. We may be a moment because we've got a game again.
And partner, except for those on the West Coast where it'll be seen in its regular time, right? That's the way it works, doesn't it? But how about that? Big-time drive right there. If they're going to have any chance, they needed a touchdown there, and they went right down the field and worked their way into the end zone.
Ryan Santoso now for the extra point. It's up and good, a 7-point margin. It's 20-13 now. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it results in a touchdown for Jacksonville. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away.
taken in at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And now here come the Raiders. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you've got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and that will bring up 2nd down. Counter play, Drake looking for a seam but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go. Now a throw here, hauled in. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a 1st down.
And if they're throwing on 3rd down, it's a good bet. They're going to look his way. He's the most reliable of their receivers, and he comes through there with a nice grab for the 1st down.
Back to throw now on 1st down. That's caught by his tight end, Foster Moreau. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Good work after the catch, going to net them 23 and a 1st. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. A handoff, Jacobs running to the left. And they're going to stop it right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively they burn it here with 1:51 left. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a 1st. This is 3rd down. Looking to throw. Able to find Waller. That's complete. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. And they'll indeed take a knee. Second and 11 now.
On the handoff, this is Jacobs. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. Third and 11, and some extra depth in the secondary here. They're in the dime. The Raiders likely going to get out of this with a victory as they take a knee.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. Well, you really can't ask for much more than what we just had here. Not only a close game that went down to the wire, Charles, but a clean one, too. No turnovers in this contest.
And I think you're exactly right about that. To me, this is just a pair of offenses trying to find the slightest bit of separation from each other. And they were both hoping that the other side would make the big mistake first. But today, neither side made that mistake. And what we got, a very entertaining game throughout.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. From Jacksonville, good night, everybody.